Hello? Hi. Alright. It is currently 12 or 10:01 p.m. on December 1st, 2024, and this is the journal Big Number 10. Yeah. So, lots been going on the last 12 days. That's why I haven't made one in a minute. But obviously, I'm back in my room, and it's actually oriented way different. So now, instead of the desk being in that corner, it's in this corner, and it's rotated so that I have space behind my desk so that I can do cool stuff with the camera. Well, more like I have more space, so I'm not right up in there, but I think this microphone is actually going to get moved a little bit closer, or I can have it right here. So obviously with that comes a new background. This will probably not be here long. Computer's right there, that's not even in the shot. It's actually weird having my microphone in a completely different spot than my computer. And also, check out this dope Futurama poster that I got at Comic-Con. I'm doing the thing where I look at myself instead of the camera again because I have the camera facing me since I can't look at myself on the monitor anymore. Probably will change that. I don't know, but check this out. It's mostly ones. But there is this pretty cool $20 bill from 1981. That's pretty cool. But could hit the strip club with this. Now, this money I'm probably going to use to restring my guitar tomorrow. It is $109. For the most part, I use the cash I make because I drive for Jimmy John's now, and I'm making good money. Last 2 weeks, for including like driving. Sorry, like I've been driving the last 2 weeks. I made $1,000, just about, pre-tax, and that's pretty good. I'm making big boy money now. Well, it's the same amount I was making when I worked at my dad's, or in the factory my dad works at a few summers ago. However, I'm not working 40 hours a week, so that's pretty cool, making big boy money without working big boy hours. I like it a lot. Gives me more time to focus on other things like this that is immensely more important to me. But yeah, I've been busy recently. My brother's moving back home for a little bit, and well, for about a year, I think. And so I've been helping him with that. I've been sick, I've been working, so a lot of stuff. Just haven't really had the motivation to work on it. Well, it's not so much about motivation, it's just I haven't been in the mindset to be making these. But I also I used that time to reflect a lot because I sat down with my recruiter after a dep call, and I was talking to him because for whatever reason that morning I woke up in a funk, I would say, and like I wasn't so sure about the Air Force anymore. And I talked to him about that. The dep call was about an hour long. I stayed for an hour afterwards, and we just talked. And like in my mind, like I was thinking, I don't really know if this is what I want to do. Like that's a long time to be waiting, and then there's like certain things I can't do. because I gotta stay qualified. So everything that I'm doing right now, or like everything I've been doing, like, has been kind of in the mindset of, okay, I'm leaving in a year. So I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain the mindset I was in. Um, I don't think it's important. But I realized I had a really messed up mindset when I was talking to him, and he helped me realize that. I mean, I was taking I was taking my job way too seriously. I mean, work at Jimmy John's, and like I was telling him, like, I want to focus on like doing acting stuff or like this, and um, but like I didn't really want to do any musicals because I didn't want it to interfere with work. And he just looked at me and he was like, you don't want to follow your dreams because of Jimmy John's. And he had a Jersey Mike's cup right next to him. He was like pointing out, like, there's a million sandwich shops. There's sandwich shops that are basically the same thing: Subway, Jersey Mike's, Jimmy John's. It doesn't matter. Why am I caring so much about this job? And like, to the point where like I'm not actively pursuing my dreams because of it. And man, everything I wanted to say just completely went out of my head when I started the camera. But yeah, he, like, during the whole process of trying to get into the Air Force and talking to him, I've had 3 different jobs, and he pointed that out to me. Like, me getting a job, like, it's not a problem for me. It's something I can do easily. Well, not easily, but it's like, it's something that I can do. Like, I can follow my dreams. If Jimmy John's decides they don't like it, I can still land on my feet, go work for some other place. And like, yeah. And I mean, even just the plan of going to the Air Force, it was never my idea in the first place. It was that whole plan was a plan built out of fear that that I'm not good enough, really. I had that mindset that I wasn't good enough. And it was like, oh, if I do this, I'll be good enough. If I do that, I'll be good enough. It's like, I looked at myself every day when I woke up, and I decided each morning that I wasn't good enough, and I need to come up with different things so that I can be good enough. I mean, that's like, I dedicated an entire portion of a prior journal just to that, talking about, oh, I need to learn card tricks, then I can get roles, which is a good idea. Don't get me wrong, it's important to have things like that. I'm still planning on learning guitar, but like, it was the mindset that I was wrong. It would help me a lot. Maybe not a lot, but it would help me, but it's not something that's getting in my way, you know? The reason why I'm not in some production right now isn't because I don't know how to do card tricks. Like, I never even gave myself a chance. It's the thing. Like, a lot of people told me, or not a lot of people, but I was told I should go to college, and that I need to go to college. And my old theater teacher told me that as I stood my junior year, like, I would fail. And, well, he wasn't wrong, but I was going through a really hard time, and that was the last thing I needed to hear in that moment, because I needed to sort out that shit before I could pursue anything. That was a time where I guess I wasn't good enough. Not even that, it's just like, there were other priorities I had that were vastly more important at the time. And while I couldn't see it then, I can see it now. I've gained that perspective now that I'm out of that rut. But like, only reason I was planning on going to college was because I was convinced I wasn't a good enough actor to go out and be in indie films or commercials or whatever. And That's stupid. I mean, like, I don't need a 4-year degree to do a commercial. And even then, I'm going to spend 4 years working towards that just to start at the beginning anyways. Why not try now? You know, my recruiter brought up the distinction between developing and learning. I can sit there and learn acting techniques all day long, but I don't have any experience. I'm not going to walk in off the street, be cast in some major production, you know? That doesn't happen. At least not commonly. Like, I can get started now. There's nothing stopping me. There's nothing wrong with me. I can do it now. But that wasn't the mindset I was in. And the only reason I wanted to go to the Air Force was because I genuinely didn't believe that I could get into college on my own, which is just ridiculous. I mean, I had really good grades. I balanced extracurriculars and work like a professional circus person. But like I could have, but I didn't even try because I had that mindset that I wasn't good enough. So I gotta go do this other thing and then I'll be good enough. Like, I didn't give myself a chance. I didn't even try. And a lot of that had to do with, like, I wouldn't be able to survive in California, or I wouldn't be able to get out there and stay out there unless I did all this. But I don't know that. I don't. And I'm not saying I'm gonna up and leave and go to California. That's ridiculous. I'm so glad I didn't follow through with that plan, because I have everything I need here, and I should have a plan to get out there, or like for when I get out there, you know. I shouldn't just show up, figure it out along the way. That's when I'm gonna get my ass kicked and sent back here. But I lost my train of thought. I only knew that I wasn't, or the only reason I thought, like, I wouldn't be able to make it in California is because other people told me that I wouldn't be able to. And yeah, a lot of people go out there and they fail, and they have to come back, and I have immense respect for them for even trying, but I don't even know if that's gonna happen to me. Why am I just gonna assume the worst and plan around that? Well, when I word it like that, it doesn't sound so bad, but I just don't like that I have this mindset of just assuming the worst is gonna happen. I don't think it's a healthy mindset. I think you should be aware that the worst can happen, but I don't think you should expect it. I mean, my original plan was to move out to California after I graduated. And only reason that changed is because of what other people thought. And for better and for worse, I have taken that to heart. And for worse. But I just want to try. In exactly a year from today, I don't have the plan entirely figured out. I have an entire year to plan. I want to try to go out to California. Because even though I have everything out, like, that I need around me right now, that's where I feel I belong. Not only am I passionate about storytelling and passionate about acting, but I feel like California is my home. I spent a large part of my youth out there in the 2016 era, so maybe it was just better, Like, maybe it sucks now. I don't know. I live in Michigan. I think it also doesn't help that it snowed for the first time yesterday. Just thinking about how I want to go somewhere warm. But I just hate that I didn't even give myself a chance. And at the same time, I'm happy that I didn't, because I have had significant character growth in the last few years, especially after I got denied the Air Force. I mean, I made an entire plan out of fear that I wasn't good enough and that I would fail, and I got shut down. Not completely. I think I'm gonna stay qualified for that, and if worst comes to worse, I will proceed with that plan, at least the Air Force part of it, or COT. Either way, it doesn't matter. That is an avenue to get where I'm going, but like, I have to try. This is what I want, to be an actor. This is the only thing I want. There is no settling down and having a family in suburban anywhere. This is it. This is my life. And I refuse to do anything else with it. I don't want anything else with it. I'd rather die strung out under a bridge than do something else. You know? This is what I'm doing. This is the only thing I truly want. And even if I fail, I'm gonna get back up and try again, because there isn't anything else not for me. Something changed in me that day when I was 12 and I went and I saw that performance. Or nothing changed. Regardless, well, nothing about me changed, but I finally realized, like, this is what I need. I am a performer, but I get so busy listening to other people, trying to be like other people, and caring about things I ultimately don't care about, just because other people do. I think that's the great thing about having ADHD, or whatever it is. It's most likely ADHD, but I guess I'm not officially tested. Even though I've talked to doctors, therapists, regardless, it's hard to care about things that you don't care about. I mean, it's obvious, to me, that I don't fit in with people around me, so I don't understand why I've dedicated so much time to trying to. Why is that a bad thing? It's not a bad thing, but why do I feel bad about it? That's kind of something that my recruiter brought up. Like, even if I become a recluse and I'm always working on my stuff, and I don't talk to people and I'm not social, like, what's wrong with that? I'm chasing my dreams. I'm living a life filled with passion. It's wonderful. I remember saying in a previous journal, and I've said this for a while, like, I want to be obsessed with acting. And I didn't realize, or pursuing acting, and I didn't realize I already was. I was just trapped in a setting where that mindset wasn't very achievable to me. Or at least in a setting where I didn't feel like it was. I mean, I had no problem getting through school, paying attention, and all that when I was in middle school. When I cared about it, I took it seriously. I did struggle doing homework because when I'm at home, I want to be at home. But I used to always wonder why everything changed when I got to high school. And, like, I knew the answer all along. I just never connected the dots. Like, I felt like, at least after freshman year, like, I was capable of graduating, I guess. Like, I didn't have all the requirements, but, like, I felt like I knew everything I needed to know, education-wise. I'm still very naive. That's something that comes with age. I mean, even, like, 2 years ago, I'm gaining experience or perspective. Who knows, 2 years from now, I could look back and I could think I'm an idiot. But, like, it was a drag. I mean, if I took any normal classes, like, we already learned that stuff in middle school, or at least I'm just barely. Ooh, someone's typing on Snapchat, and I asked her out on a date. I guess the next journal, it will have whether or not I got rejected. Worst she can say is no. So, yeah, like, just purely educational. I mean, I still had a lot of personal growth to do, and looking back, like, I'm glad I was in school and I was able to have that growth, and especially after I transferred to Greenbow. I mean, that's a whole topic that I probably don't have enough time to get into. I don't know what time it is. Or how long this has been going on for, but, like, I could take the normal classes, which were a drag because they were just too easy for me. And I don't mean to sound pretentious or egotistical, but for me they were. Like, it wasn't something I had to give any effort to. My senior year English class, I mean, I don't even understand why there's English classes up to that year, because the only thing you learn that's new is definitions for words. It's just vocabulary. I guess for me, because I transitioned from taking hard classes to normal, but taking hard classes was also a drag because, like, I didn't care about it. I mean, I found AP Macro, like, I found macroeconomics very interesting. That was something I cared about. That was something I did well in. Theater, obviously. Well, I guess that's not a good example. But, like, at the end of the day, like, when I was taking pre-calc and then I took a college calculus class, like, I'm going in that classroom every day, and I don't care about it, and I'm trying so hard to care, but I don't. It's not something I need to care about. There are people out there who enjoy math. Math is art to them. It should matter to them. They should do that. Not me. Why am I dedicating so much time and energy to something that I don't need and I don't care about? I mean, that's the same reason why I don't want to go to college. Why am I going to dedicate that much, like, even if it's free right now, why am I going to dedicate all that time doing the, like, something I do not want to do? I know what I want to do. I know how to do it. I've already gotten started. I'm setting up my, I'm in the middle of setting up my profile for Backstage to start auditioning for anything, really. And right now I'm just figuring out some monologues I want to do, but, like, it's not something I care about. I'm not going to dedicate my time to that. I know what I want to do, and like I said, I know what I want to do. I know how to do it. Why am I not just doing that? Why am I not pursuing that? You know, I should be. I will be. You know what? Man, I don't know how to do that. I should probably edit the Zoom because this is kind of far out. And typically with cinematography, the camera's farther away and zoomed in because it looks better. So it's a good idea for next time. But yeah, it's like, I mean, someone like Bill Gates, like, they knew exactly what they wanted to do. They knew how to do it. They did it. They didn't need college. College could be useful, absolutely. If I fail, I'll go to college. I'll try again. But as I stand right now, I don't feel I need it. It's a great choice, great for socializing, but like I said earlier, I don't like. It's okay if I'm a recluse. Like, it's not something I need. It's not something I want. At least at this point in my life. And I'm not going to dedicate time and energy to things like that anymore. I mean, like, I was dedicating way too much energy to my job at Jimmy John's, which it's important to go in and work hard. But why care so much about it? I'm making sandwiches. Wow, I sound like a unemployed person right now. I don't know if that's a fair example, but that kind of sounded. It's not the job I care about. It's not part of my career. I'm not going to care about it. There are people out there where Jimmy John's is their career. They should care about it. Not me. I'm different. And I'm not saying I'm better. I'm different. We're all different. And I'm not going to try to be like everybody else. I've had my experience with that. It doesn't work out. Even if I am on paper, like, it's like, it's like a feeling. Like, I remember my junior year, it didn't matter where I went, who I was with. I didn't feel like I fit in with anyone, but at the same time, I got along with everyone. I feel like I'm kind of going in circles around myself. This is where my head's at right now. I'm making good money. I'm grateful for my job at Jimmy John's. I don't care about it, in the sense that I don't want to work there any longer than I absolutely have to. It is a step in the path I'm taking in life. It is a step. It's not the destination. And while it is important to be in the present and enjoy the journey, I don't want to get so focused on the journey that I forget about the destination. And I do that sometimes. I think that's a good place to end it. I really like the lighting in this room. Please tell me. Alright, I am recording. Where are we at? 30 minutes? Wow. Hi, Coco. If you watched all the way through this one, holy shit. That's insane. Final thing, I started going to the gym again, too. Pretty consistently. Monday through Thursday at nights, and then I would like to work out in my basement on Fridays, and then rest on the weekends. Whoa, wow. 30 minutes, that's insane. In that case, I am going to end it here. That was Journal 10. I guess it's fair that it's longer. It's the Big 10. Yeah. Bye.